This is Cruisin' New England. I'm Paul Manette, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Cruisin' New England. Today, we're in southeastern Massachusetts to visit my kind of guy. He collects a little bit of everything, from NASCAR to sports collectibles to automobilia. Why, we're even going to take a side trip to see a collection of banana bikes. All this and more on Cruisin' New England. All my life, I've been cruising New England, meeting great people, visiting amazing places, and discovering wonderful classic and custom car collections, nostalgic automobilia, and so much more. Come on and join our adventure. I'm Paul Manette. Let's go cruising.
Modern Auto Body restores and maintains some of the finest automobiles in the country. It doesn't cost any more to have the best for your family's car back to top condition. We deal with every insurance company, and Modern will even help with the paperwork. Our state-of-the-art technology can straighten a damaged frame to exact specifications. Modern's color matching system ensures a stunning paint job and an exact color match.
Modern was great to me.
I wouldn't go anywhere else.
See the difference. Modern Auto Body, Brockton.
Hi, I'm Jim Grundy, your expert for old car insurance. For 60 years, my family's been insuring old cars, and for 40 of those years, we haven't had a rate increase. We believe we can save you up to 50% or more in your old car insurance. Did I say 50? You bet I did. I know some companies say 15, but I mean 50 or more. For the best rates and the best coverage you can buy on your old car, call or visit us online.
Cruisin' New England magazine. Plan your cruise and car show season. Subscribe today at cruisingnewengland.com or call 508-428-8055.
Intercity Lines Incorporated, America's premier enclosed auto transporter, providing enclosed transport throughout the United States. Call 800-221-3936 or visit us on the web. Find out what's happening. Get up-to-date information as I travel throughout New England and beyond. To get exclusive information and behind-the-scenes photos, join me on Facebook. Garage Storage Cabinets of Northern New England offers premier services in custom storage, organizer, and flooring systems for residential and light commercial spaces, specializing in garages, basements, and workrooms. If you are a discriminating person who views your garage or workspace as an extension of your home, you will be absolutely delighted with our products and individualized services. We are a New England family-owned and operated business, so take the next step. To schedule your in-home consultation and pricing, call us today.
We're here with my kind of guy, Frank Fruci. Frank, you collect everything. You're just like me. If you see it and you like it, you buy it. We're going to have a look at your cars first, and then we're going to have a look at your memorabilia, your sports stuff, and we're going to have a great time here today. Now, what do you have here?
This is a 1972 Camaro Z28.
And tell me a little bit more about it. Is it all stock?
Yeah, it's not a matching number motor, but it's got the correct motor.
Now, is this one of the first cars you ever bought?
This was the second car I ever owned when I was a teenager, and I got it again when I was 50-something, whatever I was.
You know, that seems to be the story here on Cruisin' New England, even with myself. One of the first cars I ever had was a 67 Olds 442, and I went back and I got one later on when I could afford it. And I guess this is the same with you with this. Okay, and what about under the hood? What do we have under the hood?
It's an LT1.
Okay.
It's an LT1 rebuilt motor, completely stock, right down to the exhaust pretty much. Hardly even broken in yet.
Well, you know what I'm hoping today? That out of your three vehicles that we're able to take this one out for a ride.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. So I guess you got a story for me about this vehicle. Why don't you tell me about it?
I'll tell you how I acquired this. I found it on the internet. Made arrangements to go out and look at it, and the guy had it on consignment, and I told him I was willing to trade him a car, and he said he didn't want it, he wanted the money, so we I says, give me the benefit of the doubt, come and look at the car that I want to swap you. I talked him into it, he came by, and we made the deal.
Frank, 3 rare muscle cars.
Yep, this one here is the second lowest production Z28 because of the strike year in 1972. The 67 had the like 600 of them or so, and this one was like 2,575 or so. And the Pontiacs, there's 3,196 of which didn't amount to very many 40 years ago.
So Frank, here we have a 1970 and a half Trans Am.
Right.
And I understand that this was also one of the first vehicles you ever bought.
It was actually the third vehicle I ever owned when I was a kid. I had the Z, this is my second car, this was my third, and that was my fourth.
Okay.
And we just reacquired them all. Well, I bought this in 1988, I think it was. Actually, I found it in a warehouse through the One advertiser. It sat for probably 10 years when I got it. It had 69,000 miles original when I bought it, $5,000. And,
So we're talking about a stock vehicle here. Tell us about.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about the vehicle itself.
Quarters, paint, the lacquer paint job back in the day when you could do that. Rebuild the motor, suspension, interior, wheels, tires, exhaust. All right, this is under the hood, but remember it's not super clean. I drive it.
So what's the motor? Tell our audience what it is.
It's a 400 Ram Air 3 1970 motor. What's really the holy grail on these cars though is the wheels. Although they look like a regular Pontiac wheel, Rally 2 wheel, I've had these wheels in my cellar for the last, I don't know, decade or so, and I just finally put them on. I says, I'm tired of looking at them, and here they are. I think they look good. It's a driver, like they're all drivers. They're not show cars. I like to drive.
You're my kind of guy, and that's what these vehicles are for, to drive.
Yeah.
You know, and this is nice. Now, you bought this for $5,000.
Yeah.
You put some money into it.
Yeah.
Today, what's it worth? Got to be 30, in the 30 range?
Yeah, plus.
30 plus range,
yeah.
so you did very well with that. So Frank, this is your other 1970 and a half Pontiac Trans Am?
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Found this one in Strongsville, Ohio, on the internet. Talked to the guy on the phone. Took a flight out there, and it's got the original interior, original motor. Nothing's been out of the car. It's a survivor. It's got 75,000 original miles on it.
So Frank, what's the difference between this one and the blue one that we just saw?
This one's an automatic. This one's a stick. The blue's a stick. I had to have one of each. These are the only 2 colors they come in from 70, 71, and 72.
So Frank, can we take this one out on the road?
Sure.
So, you own 3 vehicles now. Do you want to get any others?
I don't have the room for it, to tell you the truth. I'd like to take on a project or something and leave it some other place.
So you collect a little bit of everything. You don't just collect porcelain signs. You don't just collect toys. You got something.
No, my number one thing has always been sports cards and autographs and baseballs. I'm a big baseball guy.
When we come back, we're going to have a look at his fabulous sports memorabilia and automobilia. All this and more on Cruisin' New England.
Experience McMulkin Chevrolet, one of the largest volume new and pre-owned Corvette dealers in the country.
I came here because I heard McMulkin has the largest selection of Corvettes in the Northeast.
I bought a ZR1 because I wanted the fastest production car out there.
McMulkin has one of the most extensive inventories of coupes and convertibles, available and ready for delivery.
The Taj Mahal of Chevy dealerships. If you haven't been around, you got to come and check this place out.
Make it the true American sports car, Corvette. McMulkin Chevrolet is your Corvette dealer.
Now you can watch Cruisin' New England television every day on our website television show. You'll see past episodes featuring automobile collections, memorabilia, automobilia, car show, and cruise night segments. Don't miss our visit with Hall of Fame drag racer Don Garlitz, a private showing of Bob Bear's world-class automobile collection, and watch for special segments, unseen footage, and so much more. Join us on our website television show at cruisingNewEngland.com.
Weddings, parties, classic car shows.
Gary James.
603-833-5292. 603-833-5292. Let Universal Vintage Tire be your source for collector vehicle tires and wheels. Lester, Dunlop, Firestone, and more. Universal Vintage Tire has a wide selection of bias ply and radial tires for your classic car or truck.
the biggie. New England's Great State Fair. Coming fall 2011.
Intercity Lines Incorporated is America's premier enclosed auto transporter with service to all 48 states. Intercities features 53-foot air ride trailers equipped with lift gates for level loading of all vehicles. Intercity's drivers are the most experienced in the auto transport business and treat each car as if it was their own. Intercity provides transport services for car owners, auto manufacturers, dealers, museums, auto auctions, concours, and racing events. Call us toll-free or visit our website.
We're back here with Frank Fruci, and what a great garage you have. You have a little bit of everything, from license plates to toys to one of my favorites, which is beverage. I love beverage collectibles. Why don't you tell us first about some of the 7-Up that you have?
I got a 1948 7-Up sign. Picked it up at a garage sale, got it for short money, and brought it home. Looked good.
Now, when you say short money, what are you talking for a sign like that? I mean, that's a nice looking sign. It's got great graphics on it. It's a pretty nice condition.
About $75 I think I paid for it.
Now, over here you have more 7-Up memorabilia. You have a truck. I love those trucks.
It's nothing special, it's nothing valuable, but it just looked good with the rest of the machine.
Now, right beside is something I've never seen before. Okay, you have a 7-Up picnic tin, and I've never seen one. So where did you come across that?
I got that in an auto swap meet at Mansfield.
It looks great, but I'm going to tell you, it's a rare piece. I've never seen one like it. And you have a beautiful, I think that's from the 70s, 7-Up machine?
No, it's a 60s.
Is it a 60s?
Yeah, it's a 60s.
And where did you acquire this one?
I found that on Craigslist. As far as I know, it came from the Cumberland, Rhode Island Fire Department.
And you have another 7-Up sign.
Yeah.
And again, what vintage is that?
That's 1964.
And where did you acquire this one?
I got that on Craigslist in North Attleboro from a Coca-Cola guy.
Now over here, you have a Coca-Cola machine. Yeah. I think that's from the early 1950s. A Westinghouse.
1955.
Very popular Coca-Cola machine. Does it work, first of all? Is it an operating machine, or is it here just for decor?
As far as I know, it does. To me, I don't care. It just looks good, and that's why I bought it. Like I said, I buy what I like, and it was in good shape. It was a fair price. I fell into it. I didn't go out seeking it.
Now, I know that you collect for the love of the hobby. Now, but what did something like that cost you when you bought it?
I paid $350 for it.
$350, and I know because I have an identical Coke machine that's sitting in my office right now that I paid a lot more money for. So you got a great deal on that. Well, above now you have another Coca-Cola sign there. Why don't you tell me about that one?
Just a lit up sign that I found on Craigslist. Went down to the guy's house and got that and a couple other signs, only because I thought it looked nice.
Again, what did you pay for it?
$1.25.
Now, I know I've seen similar signs that light up like that go for $500, $600, $700. So that's a great deal. So when you're out there, try and find yourself a good deal. So now we're going to have a look at some of Frank's sports memorabilia. Frank, I know you're a big-time Brady fan.
3-time Super Bowl champion.
And what made you want to collect his memorabilia?
Well, got him when he was, a rookie and started young, and that's just the way I did it, I guess.
So what do you have in terms of pieces? I see some jerseys on the wall. Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got them?
Jerseys, they're real on-field jerseys. I got the home, the road, I got 7 helmets. They're all Super Bowl helmets, pretty much. There's Michigan one, is throwback, team ball, the first Super Bowl.
It's very nice that you've had, you could put that Michigan one in there.
Yeah.
That's really great. Now you also have a baseball collection.
Yep.
I mean, these are not just plain baseballs. They're all signed. And literally, you have hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the ones you got.
Well, this one here is the whole 04 Red Sox World Series team on each one of our individual World Series balls. I chased for about a year, 2 years to get each one individually. This is the 07 team. I have 90% of them. I didn't get them all. A couple of guys are hard to get. And I got the my old favorites, my Mantles, Mays, that kind of stuff he has.
Frank, I noticed this baseball bat. I've never seen anything like it. I didn't even know Larry Bird played baseball.
I played college at Indiana State. wasn't very good, I guess, and gave it up after he got hit by a pitch, and I acquired one of his bats.
Tell us about some of the prints that you have.
We got a Larry Bird print right there, a picture, autographed picture of him and Parrish. And we have the Tony Conigliaro autographed, which is very difficult to get there. And we got Ted Williams here in a Washington Senators hat and jersey, which is pretty unique, I guess. Something you don't see too often.
Well, that's when Ted was the manager,
you know. 69, I think it was. He was manager of the year.
You know, you've got a tremendous amount of material here. It would take us 5 episodes to cover everything that you have. When we come back, we're going to have a look at some of Frank's automobilia. Welcome to the Town Fair Tire Recognition Award Series. Each week we're going to be giving away an award to recognize a classic car owner throughout New England. I'm here with Jim Giuliano. He's the Vice President of Marketing and Advertising for Town Fair Tire.
Paul, Town Fair Tire is a proud sponsor of the Recognition Award Series. At the end of the series, we're going to have a Town Fair Tire Choice Award winner for the $5 gift certificate.
It's going to be very exciting. Jim, I want to introduce you to Sylvia Scambato.
Sylvia, tell us a little bit about your car.
It's a 1972 Chevy Chevelle with a 454 motor, and it's cherry red.
And a great looking car, and on behalf of Town Fair Tire, we present you with a gift certificate and a trophy.
Thank you very much.
Get to Town Fair Tire. You always get free mounting, free flat repair, free tire rotation, free snow tire changeover. Drive with confidence. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Town Fair Tire.
So I'm back here with Frank, and now we're going to talk about some of your automobilia, which I know is your favorite stuff to talk about. Now here you got a Firestone sign.
Yeah, nothing special, it's just a tin embossed sign that I picked up in New Hampshire.
What's the difference between the porcelain and the tin?
Well, but these are the earlier style ones, and I guess that's what everyone's after nowadays.
And they're worth a lot more money too.
Yeah, more than likely, yeah.
Now on top of the Goodyear tire sign, you got a Willard batteries.
Yeah.
Now, that is a nice piece.
Yeah, that's just tin. It's a little damaged, but it looks good, and it's rustic, and that's what I like. Got an old Saucony motor oil. Came off the old gas globe style gas pumps back in the day. I got a Goodyear from like 60s, 70s. We got the Atlantic, which is Atlantic Richfield back in the day.
Gulf sign here.
Yeah, that's a Gulf Solar Heat. I got that at Mansfield Auto Swap Meet last summer. It is porcelain. It's not great shape, but it looks good. Same as the City Service. I got that from a friend of mine for roughly $100. And there you get your Citgo sign up here.
Well, being a Red Sox fan, I don't think you could have a garage all decorated without having a sign very similar to the backdrop at the Green Monster at Fenway Park.
Yeah, got that from the same person that sold me the Coca-Cola sign.
Now we're upstairs above Frank's garage, and I know you get really excited about talking about NASCAR. And this is kind of like what you major in collecting here is NASCAR. You have a lot of cars here with their 1/24th scale NASCARs. Why don't you tell us about your collection?
This particular section here is basically my Dale Jr. collection for the most part. It's one of almost every car that he drove or that they produced, and I got a lot of them autographed.
How do you get them autographed? I mean, that must be a difficult thing to do.
My friend works in the business for Budweiser and Joe Glenn, and he hooks me up with I give him the cars and he gets them autographed for me.
Now you also have some photographs of you with some racers and with some friends. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of those photographs?
Let's see, we have Jack Roush, and this is Dale Jr., Richard Petty. This is actually John Henry, the Red Sox owner, who's Fenway Racing. Paul, I also have these. These are presenting the Bud Pole Award, thanks to my friend Joe, who ran that for Budweiser.
And these are all signed too. These are great pieces. Frank, one of my favorite pieces is this Evel Knievel signed print. Tell me about it and how you got it.
I got that from Adam Vinatieri's agent. I guess he's in charge of selling his memorabilia as well. And I guess him and Knievel are cousins or something, and they made a swap and I wound up purchasing off him.
Frank, I see up on the wall you got a beautiful leather jacket. Tell us about it.
It's a Dale Earnhardt leather jacket, Dale Earnhardt Jr. I brought it to the Speedway in Las Vegas. He had a party, invite party only at Hard Rock Cafe, and I brought it with me, and Dale Jr. signed it.
You know, you have literally hundreds, if not thousands, of autographed items here. And, you know, we're not going to be able to look at everything, but I do want to look at that art collection that you have. So why don't you tell us about some of the pieces of art that you do have in your collection?
Most of them are Sam Bass. Sam Bass is the NASCAR artist. Most of them are Dale Earnhardt Jr. I've got a couple of Jeff Gordon's, Rusty Wallace, and Bill Elliott, so on.
Collecting autographs, you must have some great stories.
Jeff Gordon was a nice one. I got a couple of pieces autographed from him in person, one in Las Vegas, one in New Hampshire.
Up here on close to the ceiling here, you have some parts from racing cars. Why don't you tell us a little bit about those?
It's a Dale Earnhardt Jr. piece that came, it was a race used, probably when the old man was still alive. I took that home from Charlotte. A friend of mine who worked for Dale Jr. Gave that to me, and there it is. It looks great.
Now what about the other one that's beside it?
That's Bobby Labonte's Pontiac. I like it because it says Pontiac on it. That's why I brought that home.
You know, you have some future memorabilia hanging up here, like these two pedal bicycles. And why don't you tell me about these pedal bikes and where you got them?
They're reproduction. They're from a beer company, an Italian beer company, Birra Moretti. I got them from a liquor distributor who had a big garage sale, and he sells all this stuff. They were unassembled in the box. $45 I got the pair.
Can you imagine you got a pair of brand new future collectible bicycles? When we come back, we're going to take a side trip to see a collection of banana bikes.
Waiting on back orders again? Your neighbor isn't. He ordered from NPD. National Parts Depot continues to be the nation's leading source for quality restoration parts and supplies for Ford Truck, Mustang, Camaro, Chevelle, and Firebird. With 4 strategically located superstores, you'll find everything you need shipped to your door within 1 to 3 business days. For your free catalog, visit NPD online or call toll-free. Don't let back orders stall your project. NPD takes the frustration out of restoration.
Cash for Gold, the place to sell your unwanted gold and diamonds. Where you sell your jewelry is as important as where you buy it. We at Cash for Gold are diamond and gold specialists. We will buy all size diamonds, gold chains, rings, bracelets, silver coins, and even broken jewelry. Often we pay 2 to 3 times higher than pawn shop prices. We also pay up to 90% of the daily price of both diamonds and gold. We are the original, authentic, family-run Cash for Gold and have been for more than 28 years. Visit us at 527 South Broadway, Route 28 in Salem, New Hampshire.
Building Maintenance Services. We've been servicing the Northeast since 1990. We service and repair revolving doors, automatic and handicap doors. We can help you design an attractive, efficient entrance you can be proud of. Protect your investment and secure your property with yearly maintenance contracts and 24-hour service. Whether in office, medical, or commercial high-rise, we'll get the job done right for you. Building Maintenance Services.
Would you like information about Cruisin New England Productions? Cruisin New England magazine has been the premier auto and events magazine for nearly 20 years. Cruisin New England Car Show series includes the Elite Dream Machines Rock and Roll Weekend at Mohegan Sun Casino, the Super Wheel Showdown on City Hall Plaza, Boston, and the Spooktacular Cruisin' Classic. Or for personal appearances by Paul Manette or advertising on our television show, contact us at cruisenewengland@aol.com.
Hey, welcome back to our memorabilia section of Cruisin New England. Hey, Craig, you got some great bikes here. Can you tell us about them?
Here we have a bunch of Schwinn crate bikes. Back when I was younger, I had a real obsession for one of these bikes. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to ever acquire one when I was at the young age of 11 years old.
Now, when you had one of these back in the 1960s and 70s, you were a cool cat on the block, weren't you?
Oh, everybody noticed you when you had one of these. These were the ultimate bike back then.
Well, I think that these crate bikes were the coolest bikes that Schwinn ever made. Why?
Well, the uniqueness of these bikes was your Springer front end, which they had here, your whole brake system, your drum brakes, which gave the vehicle the appearance of a motorcycle. Your banana seat gave you a real unique look. Rear shocks in the back, which made the bicycle the ultimate to drive. You really thought you were the coolest thing when you drove one of these bicycles. 5-speed transmission, which made it very unique. You could shift on the fly.
Well, I had a motorcycle back in the 1960s, believe it or not, that had handlebars very similar to this. And boy, did I feel cool driving down the road like this.
These were the ultimate. You could pop a wheelie with these bikes, and when you came down, you had the spring front end, so it would absorb the shock. These were the ultimate bike from 1968 to 1972.
Show us some more of your bikes.
Over here, you have the 1968, which was the first year for the crate bike, which have an apple crate, lemon peeler, and orange crate. Then later on, they progressed into a 69, which you see here, which is a apple crate. As you can see, they had no front fenders on the 68, which distinguishes them all in themselves. And then in 1969, they went to the front fenders on the vehicle. 1970 orange crate, very nice bike. This bike has what was called the cheetah slicks on the back as opposed to the regular slicks. Here you have a totally original 1971 lemon peeler, never been restored. 1972 brought about the disc brakes on the rear of these bikes. Only year that they made that. Very desirable. These bikes, your 72 crate bikes with the disc brake, these bikes will bring all of $800, $900, $1,000. Very desirable. Unfortunately, this was the last year for this bike due to our good friend Ralph Nader, who decided that these would create a hazard to young boys when they were driving their bike, so Schwinn discontinued them in 1972.
At the time when you could buy these brand new, what did they cost? Do you remember?
Well, if you were lucky, you could get them on sale at the Schwinn dealer for $89.
Now what, $600, $700 for one that's in great condition, or even more?
All day long, $600, $700, $800.
Let's have a look at the commemorative editions.
These bikes here were called coaster crates because they worked like the conventional bicycles do, just putting your feet backwards and it would stop the bike. These two particular bikes right here were the grape crate. 1968 to 1972, there was always rumors that Schwinn had produced grape crates. So to put the myth to sleep, so to speak, Schwinn in 2004 came up with these commemorative grape crates of the bike really that was never made from 68 to 72. And I fortunately was able to acquire two of them.
What did you pay for these?
These were only like $125 back in 2004.
Do you think they've gone up in value since then?
Yes, definitely have. You can find them on eBay. Some people are trying to get more money for them now because they don't make them no more.
So when you go to a flea market or a yard sale, if I were you, I'd be looking for some crate bikes. I'm Paul Manette. Until next time, I'll be cruising New England.